Hey guys, in this video today I am going to be reacting to what's happening with new Madden 24 update. Okay, I did see that the update wasn't pushed out or something like that. I saw like on social media. Can't remember when it was, but I did see like something like that. So let's see why the update was not pushed out or delayed or whatever. What's going on with this update? Let's hop right into it.
What's going on with the new Madden 24 update that we've been waiting for? And if you're new to the channel and you want to make sure you're always up to date with the latest Madden 24 news and also news for some of the upcoming video games like the NCAA college football video game that's going to be coming out in some months finally from EA Sports, make sure you subscribe and turn the bell icon on. That way you never miss any of these important videos when they go live. Now this update was rumored to be dropping as early as 2 weeks ago, but it was especially
Damn, 2 weeks
this
ago?
week at the very latest, and yet here we are still with no Madden 24 update. We've got franchise mode users waiting for the draft class bug to be fixed so that they can actually carry out their franchise mode.
I remember I remember hearing about that, the draft,
like it did last year, but
which is good.
Issues are preventing a lot of leagues from progressing because they want to be able to customize the draft classes to their liking. Now, if this isn't an issue that's been bothering you, then franchise has probably been okay for you so far, but this is a big deal for a lot of users, and they've been waiting for this update for many weeks.
I'm not a draft class guy, so it wouldn't have affected me.
Especially the loot blitz, which we know for sure they are going to be patching. But here we are, late Thursday, and we still have no update yet. So what's going on? Now, I had confirmation from many people and even competitive players who were down at EA weeks ago saying that this week we were supposed to be getting a title update for the game, which was going to be patching things like the loot blitz and hopefully fixing the draft class issues and other minor issues with the game. Now, this update still could technically be coming tomorrow, Friday. It's not really the most likely thing because EA has very rarely dropped a title update on a Friday, but it has happened. It definitely happened last year at some point, so it's not completely off the table.
Yeah, I've never like really seen an update on a Friday.
Between Monday and Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, it's a lot less likely. So the later we get into the week, the less likely we're actually.
More times than not, it's like on a Monday.
There's a chance, is what I'm saying. Now we do know there will be a roster update later today, but that's not the big update that everybody's waiting for. The big thing is the gameplay and the franchise mode update. So what's likely happening right now, unfortunately, is that EA is waiting for the approval from Sony and Microsoft because we know that this update has been submitted quite a bit ago, and that's why
that's the key right there, guys.
But until Sony and Microsoft approves the update, they cannot push it through. And sometimes it could be both companies, sometimes it could just be one. Maybe it's just Sony that has not cleared it yet, and if they have not cleared it yet, they can't just push it through on the other side, especially now with there being crossplay across so many different game modes. You can't push out an update on one
because if that was to happen, bro, the whole community is on your ass.
What's going on right now. Hey, really quickly, I want to let you guys know about today's video sponsor, Underdog. Frustrated because it was supposed to drop this week, and a lot of people are saying it's EA's fault. They're not having enough sense of urgency. They're not pushing this update out. They're taking way too long. They're being lazy. Of course, all of these things are things that you're going to say when the update's not out, but the reality is they can't do anything once
it's more to it than that, guys. Everybody loves to blame EA, which some is granted, but some of it is just like, okay, guys, I understand you don't like EA. It's cool.
For approval before it can go live. We've definitely seen this with past Madden games where we'd be waiting on a specific update, and Sony or Microsoft were just kind of dragging their feet with the whole thing, and it made us have to wait longer to actually receive the update. And the big thing here that I'm a little bit worried about is I'm hoping that this update does contain the draft class fix for franchise mode, because EA did come out last week and said that they found a fix and that they were going to be updating it. They said
that's right. I remember that.
Issues where you would download custom draft classes and the changes would not be saved, or sometimes when you would download custom draft classes, you would have weird things like QBs being, fat or something like that, looking completely different than what they would look like in real life with auto-generated classes and custom created classes. They said they found the fixes for all of this, and they were going to be pushing it through. But what I'm wondering is that going to actually be in this update that's set to drop, or is that being pushed through in the update that's going to follow? Because if this update was rumored to drop 2 weeks ago and it still isn't out yet, that means that this update was submitted before 2 weeks ago, which would have been before they actually found a fix for the draft class issue. However,
I did not think about that
last week, and they actually submitted it last week, hoping that it would be approved for this week. Then it will be in this update, but it could really go either way right now. And I think if this update
facts, it could.
Fix isn't a part of it, a lot of people are going to get pretty frustrated, even though it would definitely be coming in the weeks to follow. People have already been waiting quite a while for it, and they don't want to keep waiting. So as it stands right now, it looks like this update will 100% be dropping next week. It could still drop tomorrow. It's definitely not dropping over the weekend. That has never happened. So if not tomorrow, we're probably looking between Monday and Wednesday of next week, which is a little bit frustrating even for me because there's certain things I'm waiting for with this game. There's a lot of gameplay things that I'm hoping they clean up with this update. We've heard the rumors that for sure the loot blitz is going to be gone, which I don't think is really the biggest deal right now because I think defense kind of sucks as a whole. And that's kind of the one thing that works really well on defense, even though it is an exploit. But I'm not really particularly waiting on that. But I know a lot of people that like to play the game a little more casually don't want to keep dealing with the loot blitz, which is understandable. But I'm also waiting to see what they do with passing accuracies. What are they going to be doing with man defense and zone defense? What are they going to be doing with the way route running is right now? We know sometimes routes kind of randomly stop, which is definitely not intended. But on top of that, are they going to be finally adding those new abilities to the game? We believe that they will be because we've seen plenty of leaks with all these new abilities that have been staged and tested, some X factors as well. And we know that EA has staged the game multiple times over the past few weeks, meaning they're getting ready to add something big to the game. Not just gameplay updates, not just franchise mode or ultimate team updates, but they're also going to be looking and probably adding these abilities and maybe something else. We've seen in past games they've added something big to the game post-launch, whether it be Superstar KO, whether it be
Superstar KO, I know
whether it be
was
college
big for a
teams.
lot
We've
of
seen them
people
do
when
pretty
it
big
first came
post-launch
out.
updates the past few years. This year it could be abilities, but it could be something else on top of that. And if they start introducing all these new abilities to the game, that's going to really change a lot.
How about a new
of
game mode?
franchise, regular play, and ultimate
That'd be
team.
crazy.
And we already know when you try to change the gameplay pretty drastically mid-year, sometimes that can have some negative effects. So a lot of people keep asking where
And
the
then
update
people
is, so I just wanted to
complain
throw
and
this update
complain
out there
and
for you
complain.
guys to let you know.
Some
If
of them,
not tomorrow,
not
definitely
everybody.
next week. The plan was for it to drop this week, but at this point, if it has not been approved, that's why it's not dropped. It's not like EA can be like, no, take back, let me get this back, I need to add something to it. No, once it's submitted, it's submitted. So this update is coming out regardless, and there's going to probably be another update that follows shortly after. But until Sony, Microsoft, both, one of them, whichever one is holding it up, until they approve that, there's nothing EA can do. Their hands are just tied at this point, and if it's not out this week, that means it's going to be coming out next week. So I would just say, I know it sucks, but we got to be a little more patient because right now there's nothing really EA or anybody else can do about it until those companies allow it to be pushed through. And make sure to take advantage of these killer sign-up specials at Underdog Fantasy while they're last limited.
So we got answers pretty much. I know it's gonna be people that don't like it, but me personally, I always feel like this. If it's an update that's gonna fix something that's a lot of people are having issues with, I would rather the update be pushed back, delayed, or whatever, so everything could be right, everything could be perfect, rather than, all right, we got it, push it out. That's what people say. They don't want that, but then they always be like, this update ain't coming, man, EA sucks, this and that, this game is trash, this and that, and they all go on rants about it, right? But patience is key. Patience is gonna lead you to the promised land. I promise you that. So hopefully this update will get out. You never know, it could get out tomorrow. It's not a good possibility of that, but more than likely it'll get out next week, and hopefully it have the draft class fixes, some X Factor, I think it was X Factors, and some more things. So hopefully it's a really good update for you guys. Let me know in the comments below when you get this update, and let me know if it fixed all the problems that you have. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.